Matthew, it's Mom. I am making chicken enchiladas. And I didn't have a good video before of how I cut up the bell pepper, so I thought I would show it to you again. I've got my onions going. They're just, you can hear them sizzling. Anyway, so I wash it with soap and water. Take a nice sharp knife. Be brave. You can do it. Cut it like a pumpkin. Of course, try not to cut your finger. And instead of cutting straight down, kind of cut at an angle. And then you just pull the little top off like that. And then I just reach in and pull off as much of that white part as I can get and knock the seeds out. And then it looks like that on the inside, then I'm good and happy. If you've got seeds, a few seeds in there, it's no big deal. Always flat sides down. And I'm just going to cut it in strips. And then in little chunks. I need to sharpen my knife. That's pitiful. And as little pieces as you want. So I'm going to pause it and keep going, and I'll show you a little bit more in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I've got the onions and bell pepper, and I decided to use mushrooms this time. And I told you before, you just take the jar, of course, take the lid off, turn it upside down with your hand on it like this over the sink, and drain the water out, and then put them in. So you don't want the liquid in there with it. So I've got it all put together. I've got a nice piece of chicken, and I'm going to make 4 enchiladas out of this. And I cooked this earlier today, so it's cool. If you take it right out of the oven, let it sit for about 10 minutes so the juices run back into the chicken. Otherwise, when you go to cut it, all the juices run out. You'll end up with a tough chicken. I really need to sharpen these knives. I'm just going to cut this up in little pieces because that's just how I want it. You could do it in strips if you wanted to. You could put it in here and heat it up if you wanted to. But I'm only going to use half of this tonight. I'm going to use the other half for a barbecue chicken pizza because that was so good last time. I think that's the best thing I've made yet. So you do it however suits you for what you want to do. Also, I had gloves on the other day. Here are my nails. Aren't they pretty? Okay, so now you know. I know that's important. So let me get this cut up. And then I've got a nice big casserole dish here. Of course, you can always fast forward through the boring parts if you want. I'm going to put this back over here because I'm going to use this board to actually build the little enchiladas. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is put a little olive oil in my casserole dish. That was way too much. Take a paper towel, and I'm going to get the sides of it too because I don't want it to stick. And then I'm going to get a little bit of the enchilada sauce, and this stuff is cheap, and it comes in hot and mild, and I got the mild one. And I think it's like $1.30. Anyway, I'm going to put a little bit on the bottom and then put the rest on the top. I might put a little inside each one too. I'll see how I feel. But it's pretty liquidy. Let me get a spoon. So I'm just going to put some in the bottom. Kind of schmooze it around. And then we can start building our... Oh, and the rest of the chicken I just put in a Ziploc bag like this. I'm going to put it in the fridge because I will use it in the next couple of days. So it'll be good. It'll be good for about 4 or 5 days. Okay, so we have our thingy here. going to make 4 of them. That's the plan. I'm going to make 3 of them. I'm trying to think, I want half of one. Yeah, I'm going to make 3 because that's all we need. You make however many you want. So I'm going to put a little bit of this in there. This is pretty similar to the other video I did with the enchiladas with the quesadilla inside. I'm going to make 3, so I'm going to go ahead and try and visualize this split up 3 ways. So I get it. That's a real good amount for each one. Get a bigger spoon, get a little bit of this. And I have my oven heated to 350 degrees, so it's preheated. Cheese. I want a little cheese. I have some cheddar cheese left over, so I'm just going to use it. And I've also got the 4 Mexican cheese too, so I'll put some of this inside. Why not? It'll be good. Maybe a little bit more of the Mexican cheese. And I'm going to roll it up nice and tight. And then I'm going to put it in the casserole dish seam side down. So hopefully it'll hold together. And I'm just going to keep doing this, and I'll show you what I do at the end. See you in just a minute. Okay, I'm back. I forgot the taco seasoning, so I'm going to get creative and put it on the top. I'm going to put my liquid on first so it doesn't make the seasoning just run off. And whatever I have left over in this can, I think I can get another round of this out of it later on. So I'm going to put the remainder of this in a little like sandwich Ziploc bag, label it with what it is and the date on it, and just toss it in the freezer. And that way when I want to do it again, I'll just stick it in the microwave until it's thawed enough. It doesn't have to be cooked, just thawed where I can handle it. Okay, now let's, fingers crossed this will work. I think it will. Let's be optimistic. Okay. You know, whether it's on the inside or the outside, does it really matter? I don't know. Would have been better on the inside. So when you do this next time for yourself, put it on the inside. This is the one that we bought when we did the quesadilla week, and I still have 1/3 of it left. So that's a real good value because it's only like $1. And of course, the lovely cheese on top. And this time I'm using the 4 cheese, Mexican cheese, reduced fat because I'm trying to lose weight. And you get what you want. Hey, kitty cat. 4 cheese. I would like it a little more shredded than this, but they didn't have the low fat in the more shredded, but this will certainly work because it's just melting. I've got the oven preheated to 350 degrees. And I'm going to put this in the middle of the oven, vertically, horizontally. And I'm going to check it in 20 minutes. But I think it likes to go for about 25. I'm going to check it in 20. So let me set the timer for 20. And I'll see you in a little bit to see how it comes out. Hi Matthew, it's Mom. So it's been baking for about 22 minutes, which I think is enough. You decide how long you want to cook it. A little longer, you can. This is how I'm storing the leftover onions, bell pepper, and mushrooms for the chicken barbecue pizza, which I think is going to be really good. And this is how I'm going to store the rest of the enchilada sauce. I just labeled it what it was, put it in the baggie, and I'm just going to stick that in the freezer. So next time I want to do it, I'll already have it. So let's take this out, turn that off, see what it looks like. Whee, nice and warm. And there you go. Doesn't that look yummy? And of course you can put sour cream on top of it if you want to. And that is chicken enchiladas. And I meant to put black beans in, but I forgot. So you could do that too if you wanted to. Love you, bye.